Hey Flosstube, this is me, Christy, the Ravenclaw Stitcher. I know it's been a while since I done video in my car, but picking up my kids. I'm about an hour early again. About to pick them up. My kids have been complaining because I've been coming later and later and later to pick them up. And so today I decided to come early, but apparently I wasn't early enough. I am like the 7th or 8th car in line. I'm kind of wishing I would have gotten here sooner. But oh well, whatever. It is what it is. I do have a stitchy thing to stitch today, but I was such in a hurry to get out of the house I forgot to bring the thread with me. So I don't have my threads to stitch. So I do have the threads on the needle that I was stitching with on that piece, but I don't have any additional threads. So whatever thread I have on the needle right now is all the thread I have. And I have a feeling I'm going to use it all up before my kids get out. But okay, whatever. It is what it is. Anyways, today is February 14th. It is Valentine's Day. So today, after I dropped off my son at school, I went to Walmart and I got my husband weights because my husband wants a gym in the living room, which we pretty much already have a gym. But he wanted a few other things like weights. So for Christmas, he got a pair of 25-pound dumbbells. So for Valentine's Day, he's getting a pair of 30-pound. And then for his birthday, he'll get a pair of 35-pound. And Father's Day is usually like a week after his birthday. So I'll probably get him 40-pound weights for that. So I know he doesn't watch this video, so, or any of my videos, so he's not going to know what he's going to get. So that's why I'm okay with sharing. Yeah, okay. What else? I don't think I have anything else today. Oh, I'll take that back. I did finish my banner. Yay! For my Ravenclaw. My letters from Hogwarts. If you've been on Instagram or that Facebook page, you've probably seen the pictures. But when I record again, most likely, if not today, then it'll be Monday. I will show you the whip itself so you can see how far I got. I am currently working on Kingdom of Books. That's what's on my stitchy spot. And I changed up my stitchy spot again. So, in just 1 second, I will show you my new stitchy setup. Okay, but for now, I'm sorry, I'm just sitting here in the car and I'm hearing like a lot of noises. I don't know where they're coming from. Do you hear that, or is it just me? Okay. Anyways, so this is what I'm working on today. Let me flip the camera over. I know I showed this on my previous video. I did get an extra few stitches in right here because my son, he was really eager to go to school today. Usually he's not that excited or eager, but I think because it's Valentine's Day and he has his Valentine cards, he was like really excited to go to school. So we got here like 10 minutes earlier than we usually do for me to drop him off. So while we're in the car waiting, I just put in a few stitches. So this is the thread I was talking about. This is one of the thread needles that I have. That's not that much thread. And then here's the other one. So I'm stitching this spot here. So this is going to look like similar to the Starbucks logo, but it's going to be Espresso Patronum. And right here is the Deathly Hollow symbol, and then right here is going to be Harry Potter somewhere. So yeah, that's as far as I got so far. I'm going to start stitching right now, and we'll see how far these threads will get me. Either I run out of thread, or I don't stitch fast enough from now until my kids get out of school. So, let's see who wins. All right, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Bye. Hey everyone, it's Saturday, February 15th. One day I will be more prepared. Today's not that day. I'm still sick with the cold, if you can hear that. My voice is like still really bad right now. I do have a teeny bit of update and stuff to show you. So this is what I showed you yesterday, what I was working on, Espresso Patronum. Yesterday in the car, all I had was with me was the whip. I didn't take anything else because I'm trying to get organized. That's my goal this year, is to get more organized. I'm not there yet, obviously. But yes, this is what I'm working on, Espresso Patronum. So it's gonna look like the Starbucks logo. So as you saw before, I think I was working on this area here. So I stitched until I ran out of threads. Then I went over here and stitched a little bit of that. So far this morning, I went in and I used my friction pin. This is my friction pin. And I went in and I did the lines of where I need to stitch. This whip only has 2 colors, so all I have to do is just fill in that empty space where I marked it at. So in here it's gonna be black, and then here is that green color. So it's gonna look like that. So this is my easy go-to whip because I don't need to take the charts with me. Because yeah, it's super easy. Hold on one second. I totally forgot to grab my Harry Potter whip. Sorry. But here it is. This is as far as I got. There's my owls, my castle, my train, my other owl. Can you see the wand? There is a petite treasure braid silver backstitching outside the wand, like the whole wand is backstitched with that silver, but I only use 1 strand, so you can see it in person, but I can't see it right here in the video. Then here's my banner. And that's as far as I got. In a minute I'll show you what this is and how I use this. I got it at Hobby Lobby. It was in near the beading section at my Hobby Lobby. It's a thread holder, mostly I guess to use for the Japanese braiding. I'm not sure what the name of that thing is called, but you use thread or ribbon or some kind of stuff to make the braid, and I guess they use that to hold the rest of the braid so it's not like long strands all over the place. I use it for cross stitch. As you can see, I have my Kingdom of Bucks right here, and I also have the same things on here. I'll show you in a minute how I roll up the threads in there and how they work. Okay, so hold on one second. Okay, so here is my Kingdom of Bucks. I have stitched a little bit, only in that corner area. Yeah, if I would have known how much of pain that top part would be, I would not have stitched that at all. I would have left it all white. I've seen other people do the same whip, but they use color fabric, so they didn't have to stitch all this. They didn't have to fill it in. That is smart. Yeah, I regret putting all this stuff in there. It will look better. You can see the lines from the friction pins, but once I hit it with the iron and iron that out, it will look much better. So for now, it is what it is. All right. So this is a bobbin. I know Heaven and Earth Design, they used to sell these. I don't know if they still do, but like I said, I purchased them at Hobby Lobby. So all my threads, when I'm putting my whip away, especially ones like this where I have so many threads that I'm not, I'm going to continue stitching on them, but I'm gonna hold on to this whip for later time. I get a little bunch. I don't know, there's maybe a dozen or so thread here. I'm not gonna count it right now. So what I do is I get it all, I put it in the bobbin, and I just start winding the thread around. And I wind it and I wind it and I wind it. And so when I stir my whip, I don't have to worry about the threads getting tangled up. This helps keeps it a little bit neat and organized. I just kind of slowly twist it up till I can't twist it anymore, and then I just push this top part down so it closes like that, and it holds onto the thread and it stays there. I don't know if you can see the end. I have two more, one for this area and one for this area. It holds the thread nicely. I don't have to worry about my thread unraveling or getting tangled up or getting dirty or messing up or anything like that. It keeps them nice and neat and organized until I'm ready to stitch on my whip again. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm gonna rest my voice and I'm gonna continue stitching for the day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hi again. So today is Tuesday. Okay, one day I will get my stuff together. Oh geez, what is it? 16, 17, 18. Today's the 18th, right? Because tomorrow's the 19th. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so today's the 18th. It is February 18th. It's a Tuesday. It throws me off because my kids had yesterday off for President's Day weekend. I still have my cold. I'm still a little sick. I still have my cough. It's slowly getting better. I tried my best yesterday and today to stitch on my Kingdom of Books, but just sitting there, I don't know if it's because it's a big whip and I'm kind of moving my head back and forth between my whip and my chart, which is on my tablet. But moving my neck a certain way was making me nauseous and dizzy, and I couldn't sit up and stitch in my craft room today or yesterday. Yesterday was really bad. Like I couldn't do it for 2 minutes and I had to run out of the room because I thought I was gonna get sick. I don't know if it's because my cold right now is kind of like in my head. It's like my sinuses and my ears. I don't know if that's doing something, or I think I pinched a nerve in my neck. So I don't really know if it's a cold or that pinched nerve, but whatever it is, it's not fun. But I did have my stitching bug and I didn't want to stop stitching just because of that. So I I got a smaller whip. I went on the couch. I kind of reclined a little bit and I worked on my Espresso Patronum whip. I did post a picture yesterday on my Instagram, and I'll show you in a second how far I got. Yeah, that's all the stitching stuff I have today. I hate being sick. I hate having this cold. I am so over it. I'm ready for it to be done. Anyways, I'm here. Obviously, I'm in my car. So once again, I'm picking up my kids. I got an hour before they get out. So, I think I'm going to have to move my car up in a minute. So I'll have an hour to stitch today. I did stitch on Friday. I got some stitching done. But yesterday I got a lot of stitching done. You'll see that in a minute. And I'm going to end this video or this little clip right now because I need to move my car up. But when I come back right now, you'll see the progress I made yesterday and Friday. All right, I just moved up my car, so now I can record this part again. Okay, I think the last time on Friday I was somewhere up in here with this stitch. So I was able to go down here. I can do all this stitch over here and bring this down a little bit. This stitch was up here somewhere, and I brought it down to here. See this little thing I done here? To end that thread there, I run the thread underneath on the back side. So when I stitch this area, I go over that stitch, and that's how I finish it off and secure the tail end. And once that tail end's secure, then I can go back and remove this thread and cut it off. That's the same with all these threads here. They're tails of some other threads that I have to go over. So right here, this thread is behind this, right here, this line. So once I'm done stitching over that, the thread will be secure enough for me to cut it off. Over here, there's not much done. I move the fabric over on this whip so I can have this closer to the center and stitch on this a little bit. I'm using the magnets to hold the leftover fabric, the ends fabric, so it's not in my way. So once I stitch down a little bit, I'm gonna move the fabric over again so I can work on this side. I try my best to start on my top left, and I go almost at an angle down, but this whip is a little tricky because it is a circle. So I still want to go from the top down, and I don't like working on the whip when it's too close to the edge of the hoop, so that's why I pulled it over a little bit. But because I have so much extra fabric over here, I'm able to pull it in quite a bit to work on it. So that's what I'm going to be doing today, is just stitch as much of this as possible. So this is all one color, and then Harry's hair here is another color. These numbers are just the grid numbers, so I know what line it is. So this is 60, 70, 80. Yeah, so that's all I got so far. I'll be stitching this on the rest of today, and as long as I'm feeling sick and I can't stitch my big whips, I will be stitching on this in the hoop. Yeah. Oh, and then right here, right there, I got my junk. Right here, this is a 31 bag. It has a clip right here, so you can put it anywhere. I have this on my craft cart before, and I'm using it here now. Oops, hold on, let me move my wallet out of the way. Okay, so I use this to kind of throw all my my floss trash. What do you call this? My tails. And I just kind of collect it in here, and when I get home I collect them all together, and I put them in like pushing bottles or jars. I don't know what you would call those, but I have a whole row of them. You've probably seen it in a previous video. They're right in front of the Funko Pops, so you see all these colorful thread bottles, and I'm trying to fill them all with these threads. You probably saw this in the other video. I use this to hold my threads on my whips, but they also are used as thread organizers, holders. So since this whip only requires 2 colors, this is black DMC 310, and I have that in here, and it keeps it nice and clean and organized until I'm ready to use the thread for stitching. This pair of scissors I got at Hobby Lobby. I love butterflies, and these are super cute. I think they're $7. This is a needle case. I also got Hobby Lobby. I think it was like $1.50. It's a magnet, so it holds all the needles in there. It also had a needle threader, but I broke that. And also has a little magnifying glass here too, so if you need an extra help to look at the eye hole, that's good. So I have another pair of scissors in here because I had a pair of scissors in my car, and then I already have these pairs in there. Yeah, I think that's all I have right here, and I'm gonna start stitching. I will see you guys. I don't know when's the next time I'm gonna film. So I guess I'll see you next time. All right. Bye. Hi everyone, it's still Tuesday, February 18th. I am in my craft room. I'm usually sitting over there where my camera is, and my camera is usually right here where I'm sitting, and I'm usually filming everything so you can see that wall, but today you're seeing this wall and all this crazy mess here. Yeah, I may have had a little bit too much cough medicine. I am still sick. I'm still under the weather. I am so sorry. There is my sewing machine. It's a Singer Modern Quilter. I forgot the number. But yeah, that's my sewing machine. Here are some of my templates. There's my floss for one of my projects. That's a painting of me and my husband that I did. I got this whip right here, which will be a Heaven and Earth design. Ye Old Kitchen. I have my rollers here. I have my dress form there. I have a bunch of junk over here because I'm focused on organizing that side of the room and not this side of the room. So once that side is done and taken care of, then I'll focus on this side over here. Anyways, right now I just remembered I have haul. On Saturday, my husband and I, we went to Galveston, Texas. It's a little over an hour drive from our house. We went to go see Bishop Palace. Our first mistake is not looking up any events in Galveston. They have Mardi Gras. We didn't know about that, and traffic was horrendous. They had a parade that led to the area that was closed down for the Mardi Gras. Whatever. We still went to Bishop Palace. We went to tour it. It's Victorian home. I would consider it a Victorian home, built in 1892. It was a very nice big house. You go in at the basement. That's where the gift shop is and where you buy the tickets. And then you go through the back, which I guess would have been the servants' stairs. And you go into the house using that stairs, and you end up in the kitchen area, which the main kitchen would have usually been downstairs, and they brought the food up. And yeah, there was a kitchen upstairs with the dining room and everything. It looks to be kind of original to the Bishop family. Is it the family? I'm assuming that's a family name. Hold on. Yes, it was a family name. I'm sorry. I took way too much cold medicine. I'm just a little... I need to go sleep. So you go in, you can see the first floor and the second floor, and you do have a little device that is telling you what each room is. So they had a drawing room, they had a music room, they had some others, the studies and everything like that. Very nice house. Lovely, lovely, lovely house. I wish I could live in a house like that. They have this amazing stained glass window on the stairs. What else? It had its own chapel inside with its own altar, which I've never seen that inside a house before. I know some houses 100 plus years ago had that in the house, but I never seen one. My husband, we are in our mid-30s, but we're old people. We like to go to our old homes and stuff and check it out, and we're boring. But it's what we like to do. Yeah, so the third floor, we weren't able to go up there. It was closed off, but the only access to it was a very narrow stairs, which would tell me that, because I've been to so many homes like this, that most likely the third floor was where the servants' quarters were, and that's where they slept. That's where the help lived. So anyway, so we only had access to the first 2 floors. Very nice home. Very, very, very nice. And they had big tubs, you know, those big tubs. I don't know what they're called, but you know, those fancy ones that come out, and then they have those feet. Yeah. But some of the bathrooms were kind of looking a little modern. They look like up to the late 70s. My daughter had that little device, so she wasn't going along with it like you're supposed to, so I didn't hear what that room was or how recent it was being occupied, because that tile looks 70s, like in like 1970s. And had a shower, not a tub. So I think on that floor there was 4 bathrooms, or 4 bathrooms, yeah. So that was the only one that had a tub. I'm sorry, I just got a text from my husband. I'll reply to him in a minute. So once you leave, you go back to the basement through the gift shop, and that's how you exit. And when we're down there, like, we always get souvenirs. Our fridge is full of magnets. We get a magnet from every place we've been to. We don't have actually all the magnets up right now because it would completely cover the fridge and you wouldn't be able to see the fridge. So that's how many places we've been to. But when I was looking at something, my husband was like, hey, that looks like cross stitch. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, that looks like cross stitch, isn't it? I was like, I don't know, let me see. So this is Bishop Palace. And this is some ship. I didn't see the ship there, but I got the kit. I've seen this brand of kits at a lot of places we've been to, and I even have a bunch of these already. There's somewhere over there in that one box I have. I have one from Mount Rushmore, and I have one from the Alamo. I have more than that, but that's the only ones I can think of at the top of my head right now. But yeah, I have no idea when I'm going to get around to doing these. And in case you're wondering, I know before I talked about Victorian homes, I love Victorian homes. In a previous video, I mentioned that the town I grew up in, the city I grew up in San Diego, had about a dozen or so Victorian homes. If you like Victorian homes, you need to go to Galveston. There's probably almost 100 homes, Victorian style homes there. Like, I just want to go walking down the street one of these days and just take a bunch of pictures of the houses because they're breathtaking. They're some of these houses, like on the main street where the Bishop house is, there's another house called Moody Mansion, and it's the same thing. Like, you can go in there and take a tour. That house was built roughly around the same time. So this one says 1892. So Moody Mansion is almost the same setup as this house. We did that tour like a year or two ago. Very lovely home. Love it. But there's a lot of houses on that street where it looks like people are still living in them. They're still occupied, and they're huge houses. And they're so close to the ocean. And I know Moody Mansion, in the basement, it's now a children's museum. And when we went there, they had markings on the walls that showed where how high the water came up during Hurricane Harvey. Like, Galveston got a lot of rain. It got flooded. It usually does when it rains. But yeah, like, a lot of those homes have been there for over 100 years and they're still standing. And a lot of the Victorian homes are being restored and brought back to their former glory. They're getting a little fixed up and stuff. And it's sad to see a lot of the homes that are boarded up. Obviously, no one's living in them. They've not been well kept up. I think a lot of it is because of all the hurricanes. But oh man. Hey everyone, it's February 19th. It is Wednesday. It's 2 o'clock. I'm going to have to do this video really quick so I can go pick up my kids from school. That last clip, I am so sorry if it was edited horribly. As I said before, I'm still sick. This is week 3. Usually my colds last for 2 to 3 months. I know it's horrible. I've learned to live with it. This is how my immune system is. I've tried everything. As soon as I feel like my cold's finally going away, it comes back and it's just as bad as it was before. So anyways, I'm so over it. So that video yesterday, I took like 3 or 4 takes, and that last, what you just saw was the last take. I had a really bad coughing fit and I couldn't stop coughing, so I stopped the video and my voice was just really bad. It was hurting so bad that I can't really talk anymore. So I decided just to leave it as is. So, sorry. So yeah, I'm still sick. I had one person who claimed an item from my giveaway. I did mail it today. Thank you so much for adopting that piece. He actually asked for it for his wife, which I think was really sweet. So I put it in the mail today. Hopefully you get it soon. All my other stuff is still up for adoption. I will mail it free. I am not asking for any money or anything like that. Please adopt them. They need good homes. I have way too many whips here. I'm not going to live long enough to stitch them all. So please go consider adopting my whips. Or not my whips, my charts. Link will be in the description box below. I'm sorry, I have a Halls cough drop underneath my tongue right now. So if you see me take a moment or I can't speak, it's because of that. Anyways, so about 2-3 minutes from my kids' school is my LNS. So after I dropped off my son at noon at preschool, I drove over to my LNS. I mostly went to purchase 2 things. One of it was threads and the other was fabric. The threads, I have a lot of DMC metallics, but I hate them. I hate working with them. I hate using them. It was a total nightmare. One of these days I'll show you what I used it on. Oh man. On my Harry Potter stitch along, letters from Hogwarts. On my one, I use petite treasure braids, and I'm in love. I'm in love. If I have to do metallics for anything else ever again, I want to use petite treasure braids. Like, wow, they're just so easy to use. I didn't have any problems with using it. It wasn't fraying as much. It was they glide right through the fabric and everything. Like, it was perfect. I was in heaven. So I went, I bought a bunch of silver and gold threads. Whoops. I'll show you money my other purchase accidentally. Here's silver and gold. I bought a couple packs of each. For any other whips, I have a few whips where they don't call for metallics, but I want to add metallics to them. So now I have these on hand for when I do those. Any other future projects where it requires any kind of metallics, I will be trading it in for petite treasure braids because I don't know what took me so long. I do have a whip somewhere over here where it came with its own metallics. I'm going to swap that out because I do not like the metallics that kit provided. I also have another kit. Dude, I'm going to have to go back and get some more petite treasure braid. Now I'm thinking about it, I have a lot of whips that require the metallics. They're not so much kits, well, the kits that came with the threads. I'm going to swap those out because, yeah, no. I don't like those metallics in dimensions. Nope, I'm not doing that anymore. Petite treasure braid all the way. So while I was there, I also got some fabric. So, this is blue. I'll take it out of the bag for you so you can see better. It's just a blue 18 count. This is 14 by 26 navy. I am going to work on Dimensions Victorian Charm. It's just like Victorian house on this fabric. The fabric that came in the kits did not give me all the inches that I wanted. So, like I said before, with these quantum frames, you need a little bit more. Here, I didn't put enough inches on this fabric to do this piece. I got enough just to get it going, but I want more. So this one should be more than enough inches on the top and bottom to put in the quantum frame. So yeah, so this whip is now ready to go. I just need to figure out if I'm going to use a hoop or one of the quantum frames. I'll figure that out later. But I got the fabric now. So that other fabric I'm going to keep. Like I said before, over here I have a little drawer set where I keep all my extra little pieces of fabric for future projects, smaller. So that other piece will go in there for now until I need it, pretty much. because it's still a good size piece. I'm pretty sure I can find something else to use it for. So, so the owner was at the shop. It's called 3 Stitches. So she was there at the shop by herself today. They do normally have a stitching time. They have them every Wednesdays from 10 to noon. So I got there like around 12:30. So the last few people are just leaving. They meet on certain Thursdays and certain Saturdays. I'm not really sure which it is. But if you're in the Texas Spring area, I'll put a link to the shop below so you can go check it out. Yeah, they're really great. But the owner, she was there by herself today, and I was in there. I was like the only customer, and everything was fine. But as soon as I was ready to almost pay, of course, like 10 people come in. And it's not that big of a shop. It's kind of small. Not 10 people. About 6. 6 people came in. And they wanted cut linen, and they need help with mijo beads. So while I was waiting for her to ream me out, I found this, and I just had to get it. Stitching witches. Their witches are stitching. Yeah. I don't know when I'm going to be able to start this, but I can't wait. I thought this was like really, really cute. So, the only other thing I got was they had a grab bag. So usually it's just stuff that they're pretty much like, you know, inventory they're just trying to get rid of. But, you know, I'm always up for a good grab bag. Let's see what I got in here. Okay. Oh. It's a scissor charm. It's like a little sock monkey head and a little charm. I like that charm though. It's like a bobbin. See that? Like a floss bobbin. It's not focusing right now. That's kind of cute. And here's my scissors. Well, one of them. I have a bunch of them. That fell. Okay, so there's this goat hair fibers from Italy. I've never seen that before. I don't even know what that is. I'm gonna have to look it up. So I got the gray, and then I got like a smoky gray, a light smoky gray, and then a few pieces of floss. You know what? These floss might actually work for this. No, well. But I do have some charts that these floss can be okay for. Okay. So I got some threads. Oh, and I also got it's a chart. I can't show you the other side. Alright. So that's all my stuff that I got today. I need to go now because I am going to go pick up my kids from school. But I'll take my whip with me so you can see what I'm stitching on, and I will show it to you in just 1 second. All right, like I said, I'm going to be stitching in the car today. The coughing begins. I don't know where I was at yesterday. I've been stitching this like crazy the past 2 days, 3 days. I didn't stitch on it that much this morning, but I pretty much worked on it most of it yesterday. So I did do a little bit here, and then I moved the fabric over so I can work on this part. So right now, I hate working so close to the edge of the hoop, and I always have to go from left to right. So once this part was all done, I was able, I wanted to move the fabric over so I can work on this part. I did put a few stitches here, a few rows right here, a few rows here. Obviously, I started the black last night. I'm sorry, my steering wheel on my stomach's holding this up right now. So I have so much threads here. This is pretty much what my brain looks like if you were just to, yeah, my mind's everywhere and all over the place, and I'm trying to do everything at once. So yeah, so I'm trying to work the threads down, come down, but I want to do this side first, because the left side. So I want to stitch down. Once I get to right here around the P area, then I'll move the fabric over. Hopefully I have a lot of the hair done, so I'll also pick the fabric up and stitch around here. Yeah, like I said, I use the friction pins to mark where I need to fill in with the color. So all the black is already filled out pretty much. The numbers here, you see, that's just to tell me what the number of the line. So when I match it with my chart, I know exactly where I'm at. Which is important when I do the letters. I want to make sure when I mark the letters, I'm putting it in the right spot. So yeah, I have the Deathly Hollows there, and I have Deathly Hollows there. That's gonna be interesting to fill out. Because I just fill in like some of the little parts here and here, there, and then the rest is gonna be blank. This is an ivory piece. I don't know if you can see that well in the video. It is ivory. It's more of a yellowish color, but when I'm looking at it on my camera, it looks a little more white, but it is like a yellow ivory color. So yeah, that's where I'm at with this. There's my update. Yes, I'm wearing my pajama bottoms, Harry Potter. I'm not getting off the car to pick up my kids, so I don't really care. And a lot of my pajama bottoms are Harry Potter themed. Yeah, okay. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hi everyone, welcome back. I am loving this feature. So I have the new iPhone 11, and I can zoom out when the item's too close. So this is what it is normally, because yes, that piece is really that close to my phone, and I'm able to zoom out so you can see the whole thing. I think that's really cool. Yeah, I don't think that was something I was able to do on my last phone. I think I had the iPhone 7. Yeah, I was ready for an upgrade. Anyways, here is where I am at. The last video was yesterday in the carpool lane. I'm here in the carpool lane once again. I have a little over an hour before my kids get out of school. I am like the 4th car in line. I came early today because I don't have a life or anything else to do. So instead of just hanging out at home cross-stitching, I am sitting in my car and cross-stitching. So the last video, I think this thread line was somewhere up here. So I filled it in here. I filled out the whole Deathly Hollows. I'm going to stop here for now until I can move the fabric up. Like I said before, I don't like stitching so close to the edge of the hoop. I think this is a 10-inch hoop. I like working on this hoop. It gives me enough space to work, so I can just put my piece, the part I'm working on, in the middle. And yeah, but the thing is, I only have like 3 or 4 of these in this size, and they're all being used by other projects. So I need to get maybe a few more, and they're not too expensive. They're maybe $3, $4 each, so it's not too bad. And these ones, I get them at Michael's. I know they have them at Michael's. They might have similar ones at Hobby Lobby or Joann's. But I know Michael's for sure has the one that I like. One of these days I'll show you which kind it is, because it's like there's a bunch of different kind of plastic hoop ones. So this one particular ones is the one I like to work with. I'm able to get my fabric in there at a nice tension, and they're not too expensive. So anyways, back to the piece. I think of the hair, I only had like a little part up here done, and just tiny bits down here. I'm stitching it this way because I feel like, because the way I tuck the tail underneath the stitches, this might be easier to do it this way. Like this thread, I ended it underneath these stitches here. So this is the tail here. I'm gonna wait until all this is stitched, and then I'll cut off this extra piece of thread. I just don't want to cut it now, and then while I'm stitching, I accidentally pulled that end through, and then it's popping up over here. I don't know, for me, it seems like it's neater. That probably doesn't make sense to you. I'm probably not explaining it right, but it's part of my OCD. I have to do it a certain way, or I can't focus on it unless it's done a certain way. So yeah. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm gonna try to stitch this part, fill in all this part here in black, fill in much as I can right here. If I can finish that now, I'll probably try to adjust the fabric now and move it over, and then finish the black hair part over here, and then start working on the green stuff over here. If I don't finish that before my kids get out of school, then I'll just do it while I'm at home, and then next time you can just, in the next update, you'll just see how far I got. So yeah, today I didn't really stitch on this too much this morning, so most of the stuff that you see here that I've done was mostly yesterday. This morning I was pulling threads for my next whip. So I have 3 in the wing that I want to do. Stitching on here is making it really fast, and those pieces, they're not small, but they're not full coverage. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, it'll be quick for me to stitch. Like, it's not going to take me too long to stitch it. It's going to be fast because it's not full coverage, but they're a decent sized piece. So I want to stitch those and get them out of the way. I'm pretty sure I can stitch those pretty quickly, because this is working out pretty quick for me. But then again, this is mostly just, I just colored in and just fill in the color. Like, I don't know. In my head, it makes sense. Sorry. Okay, I want to stop babbling and start stitching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hey everyone, it's Friday, February 21st. I am back again with a little bit of haul. I just got home from Hobby Lobby. So let me show you what I got. I got some more hoops. I got 2 of these. These are 10-inch hoops. And then I got one that's an 8-inch hoop. These are the same hoops that I'm using. Well, I don't know if they're the same brand. I don't think they're the same brand, but let me show you how they're set up. They're a little bit different than other hoops. Hobby Lobby did have other hoops there. They had a few different brands. I believe this brand, Yarnology, is their brand. It's a Hobby Lobby brand. So these big ones, a 10-inch, are $2.99. The 8-inch was $2.79, so they're not too expensive. I've never broke one of these. They're really good quality. I can get them pretty tight on my fabrics. But look, this is the reason why I like it. Let me, sorry. So I don't know if you can see that in the, see how it goes in? And this fits perfectly in there. Can you see that? There we go. See how it kind of does that? So this little bump here, it helps to grip the fabric when you're tightening them on the hoops. I like that. Hobby Lobby had another hoop there. I don't like those kind of hoops. They have like a little bit of lip. It's just straight flat right here, and on the one side it's like a little bit of lip. So when you put the 2 rings together, that lip kind of sits on top of the other hoop, and you have to pull the fabric and it holds it that way. I used to have hoops like that, but I didn't like the lines it would leave on my fabric, and it was hard for me to iron them out. Like, it stretched out my fabric kind of weird, and it just, no matter how much I ironed it, like my fabric wasn't gonna ever go back to the way it was. So this one, I haven't had problems with that. and it holds the fabric nicely. It holds it tight. I'm super happy with these, and they're a pretty good price. So that's why I get these ones. I know Michaels sells them. I don't think it's Yarnology, it's a different brand. Next time I go to Michaels, I'll check it out. I might do a video in store to show you what that looks like. But I don't know when that would be. So yeah. Anyway, so 2 of these 10. I'm gonna put some lips on here. Whoops. Sorry. 8-inch. I'm gonna put another whip on here. I'm not really sure which ones yet. For me, I really had to be in the mood to do a project, or else I'm not gonna feel it. I'm not gonna do it. Right now, I am not feeling this project. I am hating that wood part up there. Yeah, like I said before, if I would have known that this wood part would be such a pain, I would have not stitched that and only stitched the books. I don't like it. So I'm not stitching right now because I'm not feeling it. I'm hoping that if I were to put this in a hoop, I would get more into it maybe. I don't know. We'll see if that happens. I do have some, they're called bobbin holders. I've seen people on Facebook use them to hold their extra fabric, but the ones I ordered came from China. Hopefully they don't come with coronavirus. But because they're coming from China, I won't get them for another month. So I already ordered them on eBay. I'll show them to you when I get them. But that kind of helps hold the fabric in. I don't know. I never used them before. I've only seen them online on Facebook, social media. I have not used them, so I'll figure everything out once they're here. So these little guys, these ones I showed you a few videos ago, a few clips ago. I went ahead and purchased a few more because I like them. Why not? These are $7.99. The name's right there. These are also Hobby Lobby. I don't think they're Hobby Lobby brand, but Hobby Lobby sells them. For some reason, even though it's a, like right next to these, where these are, there's a box that sells these with some other stuff for some Japanese braidings. I'm not sure what it's called. Like, I've only heard it called Japanese braiding, so that's what I'm going to refer to it as. But it's like a little disc with little notches and little numbers, and you use yarn, and you braid them a certain way. And then in the middle of the circle, there's a little hole where what your braiding passes through. So you can make that cord as big or short as you want it to be. And for some reason, that stuff is not in the yarn section. It's in the beading section, which doesn't make sense to me. Because this is supposed to hold the threads for the beading. I'm pretty sure whoever's in charge of figuring out where everything goes doesn't know what this crap is. Anyways, that's what it is. There's 8 of these in here. Mercy. Okay, so every time I go to Hobby Lobby, I always look at the cross stitching section. Even if I'm not looking for anything, even though this time I was looking for the hoops, I'm always looking for stuff, just to see if there's anything new, anything different. I found these unicorn scissors, $7.99. I had to get them, $7.99 unicorn scissors. And I think my coupon went for this one, so 40% off. So now I have unicorn scissors. Yay. So right below where the scissors are all the DMCs and the other threads. I found these. First time I've seen them. They're DMC, but they're metallics. And I was like, oh, great. I was feeling them, and they feel different. They don't feel like the other DMC metallics that I have, because the other ones I have, they feel a lot more coarse, and this is a little bit more smooth. Probably not as smooth as a Petite Treasure braid, but I decided to get one of the silver, one of the gold, and one of this, what color is this? I don't know what color this is, but it's white, pearly, shiny. Yeah. So these are $2.99 each. I bought one of each just to test them out, see if I like them, to see if they're maybe better or worse than the Petite Treasure braids. They have other colors too. I'm just gonna try them out. Like, it doesn't hurt to try. Yeah, so this one, I got this because I can always use them for other whips. But this one particularly, I was looking for some kind of metallic or something for, I'm doing the giant Harry Potter from Cloud's Factory. And one of the pieces in that giant thing is like the key, flying keys. The keys with rings from the Philosopher's Stone. Or the Sorcerer's Stone, whichever way you want to put it. The little keys with the wings on there at the last, is it not trials? But one of the levels Harry had to get to the Philosopher's Stone. But, yeah, I want to give a little shine to the wings. So that's why I bought that. Okay. So the last thing I bought. I've got 4 bags of these sticks. Now these. As I said before, my mom's getting married. When she was here to visit last time, like 2 months ago, we went to Hobby Lobby and we purchased these. These for her wedding. So instead of bubbles or throwing rice, we're gonna have people shake these. They come in a bundle of 10. They were $9.99, but the day we purchased these, everything in this brand, I think it's called His and Hers. Yeah, the brand is His and Hers at Hobby Lobby. They're $10.99, but the day we bought these, everything of this brand was 50% off. So they're just one little stick. Let's see if I can grab one. With a bell and a ribbon. So when the couple are leaving, people can just wave these around. So yeah, we got a bunch of these. But my mom, this is going to be one of her wedding colors. Her other wedding color is purple. So she wanted a few more of these. We bought up all the ones they had at the store. So these are all gone. I think the only other color they had was pink. But her other color is purple or lavender. So all the other ones I'm making are lavender. So I already have this ribbon. I already have this, but a purple. I already have the bells. The only things I didn't have was the sticks. When I purchased everything else, we didn't see the sticks. But today when I went to Hobby Lobby, I found the sticks. So these sticks were 12 sticks for $2.99. So I'm going to make a few more of those, but with the purple. And yeah, I think that's it. That's all my purchases for today. In about an hour, I'll go pick up my kids from school and I'll show you how far I got on my Harry Potter. I did get quite a bit done yesterday, and some more this morning. So in 1 second, you will see that. Okay. I lied. Sorry. Well, I'm going to show you some stuff right now, but also too, I was opening this and I just want to show you this. They stack on each other. If you don't drop them, they hold. And there's the hole right through. So I know some people, they get like a stick or dowel and they'll have a bunch of these sitting up and that's how they store their bobbins, which would, I think would be a nice idea if you're looking for another way to store your threads. If you don't have too many, you can maybe find these on eBay in a bigger quantity. Maybe. Sometimes you can find them. Sometimes I can find them. Sometimes I can't. Anyways. So here are my future projects I already have on the whips. Or on my hoops, sorry. On my hoops. Right here is going to be Cinderella by Brooks Books. I plan to finish the princesses in a certain way. And I'm not going to disclose how I'm going to finish them until all the princesses are done. Brooke's books, I've done a few of her things in the past, and I finished them in under 2 weeks. It's just the dresses that, hold on, I printed it out somewhere. Hold on. Yes, I know. I need to get organized. I will get organized and have my stuff together one day, but it's going to take a while to get there. So this is my Cinderella Brooks books. She did have everything on sale last week. I'm not sure if that sale's still going or not. But if you go on Etsy and just save her store in your favorites, you know, just put the little heart on there. You just click on it and that's how you highlight it. Etsy will send you notification in your Etsy notification box when her items go on sale. So I purchased these like 2 years ago. I got the whole set. So I think it's now time. I was waiting for, first of all, for all the princesses to finish. Now they finished. Now I purchased the accessory sets, which I showed that in the previous video. So I have no more excuses. I need to start doing this. So when I'm done with my Espresso Patronum, this will be one of my whips. This will be one of my next whips. So this is going to be decoration for my sewing room. The holder I have right now for my hoop, it only works on hoops, not for Q-snaps. So that's why I went out and I purchased a few more hoops, was so I can take this off my Q-snap and put on my hoop. I'm stitching pretty quick on there, so that's why I'm going to do it that way. I have so much whip and I'm not going to live long enough to stitch everything. So here it is, my sewing room, or just the sewing room. I already have the fabric ready to go. It's already gridded. I just need to start it. I already pulled the threads yesterday. It's ready to go. Here is another whip. This is Welcome to Hogwarts. It looks like one of those advertising travel posters. Yes, and this is the reason why I'm waiting for those spool holders for the fabric, because somehow you roll up the fabric and it holds it onto the hoop. I don't know how that works, but that's what I need, because I'm just using straight pins and I keep pricking myself. Blood on white fabric does not really work well. Let's see. Here's another whip. Actually, I'm not going to show that because I need to change the fabric. This one's, well, I don't know. Let me see. Well, I'll have to put this one on the hoop and see if I can use this on the hoop. If the fabric's too short, then I might have to switch it out for another fabric. Just a bigger piece that gives me more of the margins around that I want. This is my Bippity Boppity Brew. Hopefully this will also be a quick stitch for me. Mostly it's just the words Bippity Boppity Brew with a little bit of design on there. Yeah. And I think that's all the whips I have on my table, ready to go. Like I said, I stitch only what I feel like stitching. If I'm not in the mood for stitching it, I'm not going to stitch it, or else I'm going to lose my stitching bug. So if I want to keep my stitching bug around, I need to make sure I only stitch what pieces are calling for me, or what I feel like stitching, or else, yeah, it's not going to work out. Okay, I think that's it. I made a bigger mess than what I had before. Oh my God. Keep me in your thoughts and prayers. I'm about to lose my mind. I will see you guys. Now I will see you guys in a minute to show you my espresso whip. All right. And I'm back. Okay, so I finished most of the hair. I got this little bit to go. And then I'm going to try to stitch as much of the green as possible over here, and try to go down to at least to the, where the, Deathly Hallows is. I just realized I didn't bring any more thread with me. Oh, man. I had them on the needle and everything ready to go, and I forgot them at home. Darn it. Oh, well, whatever. I have a little more than an hour to stitch right now, and I'll probably be stitching the whole time. So we'll see how far I get. But that's going to have to wait until next week's video. So right now, I'm going to finish this video, edit it together, and then once I get home, I'll upload, and I'll put everything. I'll have to rewatch it to see what I have to put in the description box. If I'm ever missing anything in the description box, go ahead and comment, and I'll go ahead and add it in later. I'll try to list everything that I talked about in the description box below, even the items I purchased from Hobby Lobby. And I'll also list my LNS, so in case you want to check out their website. Okay, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and happy stitching. Bye.